Hey guys, Jones here. Today I've got a quick Torx wrench modification tip for you. Now here I have a Craftsman T6 Torx wrench, and the problem I have with Torx wrenches when you get them new is that they don't fit the appropriate screws very snugly. By that I mean there's a good bit of play before the splines on the tip of the screwdriver actually catch the screw and want to turn it. Now it's a pretty easy fix. Now here is basically a blown up version of the head of these screwdrivers. The heads are actually hollow ground. By that I mean they're concave ground, they curve inward. And what we're going to do is we're going to take off the top portion of this, because when we do that, what we'll be left with is slightly large in diameter, and it's going to fit the screws much more snugly. Now for mine, I took off about 1 millimeter of the head, and it fit much better, but I recommend doing this kind of by trial and error. Take off a little bit and put it back in a T6 screw and see if it fits better, and do that until you have a snug enough fit that you're satisfied with. Now I recommend doing this by hand, because if you use a belt sander or bench grinder or something like that, number one, you're probably going to get the metal too hot and you're going to ruin the heat treat on the screwdriver. Number two, you might just take off too much metal and then your screwdriver is useless because it won't fit the appropriate screw anyway. So I recommend doing this by hand. What I used for it were diamond files. Now if you like modifying knives or just tinkering, diamond files are a must-have. They use industrial grade diamond abrasive, set in metal, so it's a very, very hard abrasive. It's about the hardest thing out there. So this can remove material from much harder steels and stuff than regular metal files can. Comes in handy in the shop a good bit for me, and they're cheap too. I got these for like $7 or $8 at Harbor Freight, and it's been a great investment. I use these all the time. So use the diamond file and just work it back and forth until you've removed enough of the head of the screwdriver that it suits you. Now sort of a warning here is you don't want to end up with a finished product like this. You don't want the tip of the head to be at an angle. You want it to be as close to 90 degrees to the shaft as you can possibly get. That way you'll have a much better fit, and that's what we want here. That's the whole purpose of doing this, is so that our screwdriver will fit our screws much better. And sort of the benefit of having a snugger fit is you don't risk stripping out the screws. I've stripped out quite a few cheaper T6 head screws with a new screwdriver simply because the fit wasn't snug enough and the splines on the screwdriver just sort of ripped the head up. Since modifying it, I haven't had a problem. You can put a whole lot more torque through the screwdriver into the screws because it fits better. Easy fix. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. I know this has helped me a great deal. I think I'll end the video here, not take up any more of your time. So once again, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you soon.